One, two, three, four. Okay, so quick background, like we went to seminary together, been serving together. But you and me, like I've basically known you, like you my closest like longtime friend, because we went through like high school, uh, college, seminary, basically life stages together. And so
Yeah,
like,
yeah. But I was thinking about that too, because like I was just watching like your potting with PG previous episodes, and I was like, what kind of makes me different
yeah,
compared to all your other friends? And I think
yeah,
I was thinking about that, like we're like legitimately thinking about that, and I think I think in both of our cases,
uh-huh,
not only are we like kind of like Christian friends, but we know each other outside of church,
yeah, for
because we went
sure,
to
for
high school
sure.
together, right? And I think a lot of
Yeah,
your friends, especially the ones that you're tight with, or were people you grew up at church with.
yeah.
But you and I, we got to see each other's, for lack of a better description, real side.
For
Not just that, like at making ourselves presentable at church,
for
but
sure.
yeah, we went to high school, and we lived together. So
Oh
yeah,
yeah, for sure. I like, a part of like the reason why I did this because I wanted to reflect on like, my growth, but it's more
yeah,
like, dang, I sucked when I was younger. I sucked when I was in middle school. I sucked when I was in high school. I sucked when I was in college. I sucked in seminary. I was like a horrible person. And so like I'm just like looking back in my life, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I was able to point out like each mistake I made and like, dang, Frankie saw every single one of those.
and we're still friends, right? We're still right.
Yeah, see, so that's why I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, yeah, for sure,
But
man.
what I was gonna say was, um, forgot again. It'll come back to me. But in
It's all
any
good.
case, because so like a bunch of us that are close, like from like Washington, went to seminary together, especially lived at 276 during seminary, like hung out together, did all the stuff together, and so I creep on you guys, like. I told you I crept on you like during your sermons. I creep on like Aaron sometimes. I creep on Joshua Young and all that he's doing. I creep on Uncle Randy. I creep on James Myung. I creep on anybody
Yeah,
I could like find online.
yeah, yeah.
In terms of like, how like you guys are like serving at church and stuff. But like, yo, because obviously like, I was serving before too, but you man, like, respect because you went back home to Tacoma, you at your home church, and then like, man, you doing so much. You're rotating through like, Sebakito stuff. You doing Wednesday service every week. You're not if you're not preaching on Sunday, you're always on part of the praise team no matter what. And I was like, oh my goodness, yo, Frankie must be dying right now. Like, I feel your pain, man.
Oh yeah. I mean, I definitely feel like I'm being stretched thin.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah. So I mean, like, I think personally I can handle it,
yeah,
and I think just trying to balance it is tough. But I mean,
yeah,
kind of just I mean, especially with like the whole like pandemic, it's kind of like just a situation we're in. And I just like I think just to be still fully employed, like I'm like thankful, right?
yeah,
Because
yeah.
like checking in with people in SoCal, they're like, yeah, man, like they asked them to do more and then pay them less, or they
Mm,
had to let them go, right? And so, man,
dang.
that's a very unfortunate situation to be a part of. And
Yeah.
so for me, like if I have to pick up other people's slack or I have to do other things, just to ensure, like obviously talking about ministry this way is kind of weird, but to like, ensure my my job security, that like so be
Yeah.
it, like that has to be done. But can I keep doing this for years upon years? Like I don't know, man. It's tough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So thinking about like that and respect this. Yeah.
Frank dog, such wise, mature words. Oh my goodness. So positive and uplifting and optimistic.
Yeah, man, I mean, I complain for sure, right? I complain at home and to certain people, but
Yeah.
I think just yeah, just being able to serve around the people I'm able to serve, like
Yeah.
excluding our pastors,
Yeah.
just like childhood friends and things like that. And,
Yeah.
being
Yeah.
able to meet up with people at this particular crossroad in life,
Yeah.
it's like it's irreplaceable for sure. No complaints.
Yeah. Yo, if I could be any encouragement, so I think the last sermon you preached a couple of weeks ago, I took notes because I was like, I was encouraged by this one analogy that you gave. You know, and this is a common analogy that we might have heard before, where you kind of describe discipleship as like, you know, parenting. Like God is like, you know, parenting us and we're like his kids, obviously, right? But the part I
Yeah,
was struck by was like, yo, don't skip childhood under God. Don't try to be an adult real quick. You gotta, you know, enjoy being an adolescent, you know, under God's you know, parenthood. And I was like,
yeah,
dang, that was deep, man.
yeah. Maybe I think a lot of people, man. I think they kind of see like the glories that exist, like being in leadership and kind of being like in the spotlight for ministry and serving. But
Yeah,
I think that's how we get burnt out, or we get kind of motivated by the wrong reasons. And I think a
yeah,
lot of us we miss out on that childhood of really just growing up in Christ. Because
yeah,
for a lot of us, we grow up in the church, but that doesn't necessarily mean like you're being like being cured by God as a believer, as somebody who's truly um, grasping like the gospel truths.
yeah,
And
yeah,
so yeah, I think we see that with a lot of people we grew up with, man. You grew up in church, but they're not really like following Christ or have no interest, right? If anything, they have like a extreme bitterness toward God. Right? I think we miss out on that.
yeah. And so like uh you know, when I think about you in that role, then, you know, about people who may experience that kind of like, you know, sometimes bitterness, sometimes whatever it may be, right? Jadedness or whatnot. And then when I think about you in particular, though, I think you have a great advantage because, you know, if people know Frankie, if people know Mr. Frank Dog, if people know Pastor, you know, Fraggle Rock or whatever other nicknames you got, but like, you know, like we said, like I've known you like, you know, through, you know, New Life Church and through just high school at Washington High School, home of the Patriots. What?
Yeah, 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 yeah,
You dub, yo,
yeah. Kid,
yo, see, I'm repping the Seahawks, and then my sister got me the
hey,
shirt too. It's a it's purple and gold representing the dogs. So
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
representing today. Um, but like, and then like at Seminary, at Fuller, at 276, no matter what, and then what like situation or environment, you're so beloved. You're so very easy to like get along with and get close to even at like first meeting. And so I think you have a great advantage and a gift or a talent even or a blessing from God in terms of reaching out to people and, you know, kind of, you know, sharing that message, I guess, of, you know, enjoying that childhood, you know, under God or with God. You know, so hope, you know, like, you know, God bless you in your ministry in that way, man.
Thanks, man. Just much appreciated for sure.
No, for
I'm
sure.
not.
Like,
Yeah. I don't take like compliments or very well. It's just, yeah.
like I said though, one of the things I am not good at, I'm working on this year also, and going forward, I'm trying is to show my appreciation to people. So you said like, you know, you may not necessarily like, you know, receive, you know, compliments well, but I don't care if you take it well or not. I'm gonna give it to
Hey, just I mean, if you say it to me, it's gonna make me sweaty like instantly. Like this kind of makes me nervous and uncomfortable.
you. Yo,
But
I'm
yeah, I
gonna
mean,
help
it's
you
needed,
take that
right?
vest off.
Yeah, I mean, it's needed, right? Like especially in ministry, like we need to be encouraged, But at
Yo.
the same time, it's like that fine line. I don't know,
Hey,
but
hey, where's your bowl of lettuce? I'm gonna inside joke.
yeah, you gotta give context to that, right? Like it's just
Do you want me to tell the whole story?
yeah, go ahead, man. It's fine, dude. Like it's
Yo,
awkward,
we
right?
have
I just yeah, just
too many memories. That was your birthday
yeah.
too, right?
Yeah, that's because Uncle Randy was like, "Hey guys, let's all go around and let's say one thing that we appreciate about Frankie, right?" And like I said, I don't take compliments well, and so Uncle Randy just making it the most awkward situation ever. Like I'm like freaking out inside. I'm probably like sweating through like my layers of shirts that I'm wearing, and so the only thing that's around is like a salad, a bowl of salad. So I think I just start eating that to like minimize just how awkward and anxious I was for that time. So yeah,
I just
shout out to Uncle
remember
Randy.
specifically he started that, and then I just remember Helen saying, you know, Franky, I want you to be like King David or something like that, and then you started eating a lot.
So I was like, what is it? It got too serious, man. Like, I said, yeah, but we don't need to mention what Helen we're talking about.
Yo, but going further back, you know, I still like, I love like our, you know, memories, especially on the basketball courts. You know, Franky with the Super Saiyan yellow hair. You know, again, another compliment. I still remember, was it like league or something like that? You know, it must have been like senior year or maybe your junior year when you were on the varsity team. And then I remember it was at like PLU, I think. And I remember you hitting a three, and we're like, yeah. You don't remember?
Over me?
Huh? Yeah,
You hit a three. You hit a three over
we were
me.
supporting you, and then you hit a
Oh,
three.
you mean it was oh, I thought you were talking about you hit a three over me. No,
No, no, no, no, no, no.
it was like it was a district championship game.
Yeah.
And I think in order to win that game we were going to state or something like that. And during that time I didn't get much playing time to begin with. And so when I got in, I just remember I shot the ball and win it.
Oh.
I got to take my opportunity. So I think even though I didn't play a lot, I think my field goal percentage was really high because maybe out of the 10 shots I took, I made like 8, you know, throughout the season.
Hey, yo, you put down the record books, 80% field goal percentage.
Yeah. But funny thing is, so like at church, we have like kids that go to Washington High School.
Yeah.
And I go up to them like, hey man, you see my picture in the gym? you see me hanging out on the rafters, you know, like. But I guess they redesigned the gym, and so I have no idea where the picture is. But
Oh yeah.
I try to get some you know humble brags in there, but it doesn't work. Like, I looked for you and I couldn't find you.
And then playing you know, tennis and stuff.
I don't even know why I joined the tennis team. I think the only reason I joined the tennis team is because everyone else was on the tennis team.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to hang out.
Yeah, and it was fun.
Yeah. Because you guys would be practicing like hardcore, and I would be on the side waiting, and I'm like trying to break dance.
I know. I still remember because, you know, this is back in the day, obviously. So our style was a little different. So you were on the tennis court with some, you know, tearaway sweats.
Yeah.
But then like
apparently those are coming back apparently.
Oh, I think everything's coming back. Yo, you bust out your old like high school clothes, man.
They're way too big.
And then like your tearaways were already like 90% like open. They're just like, you know, like they're tearaways, but they're already basically torn. And then you know, I think you were like doing some b-boy moves on the tennis court and stuff, but it was hilarious. I think because,
but you know, when we played tennis, and I think the last time I wore those breakaway pants was, I think we were doing like I don't know what we call it in tennis, but we're playing against each other, maybe to seat up.
Yeah.
And I remember wearing my breakaways, and I was charging the net.
Yeah.
And then it got caught underneath my shoe.
Yeah.
And so I tripped, and then I rolled into the net. I think that was my reality check. Like, yeah, this ain't for you.
Well, it's because you were not doing a tennis move.
Yeah, I don't even have the proper like apparel on for tennis.
It's all good, man. It was fun though. It was fun practicing and like just goofing around and stuff. Like, you know, like with like Erickson and Laura and, you know, and everybody else on the team. It was just crazy. It was funny.
Yeah.
But again, to give you more props, so like, you know, I'm serious, man. I'm so grateful for you. Like, you know, even like throughout college and like high school, you always invited me out to like, you know, we went to different churches, but since we went to like same high school, we were all close. Invited me out to all like your church functions and stuff, playing basketball and whatever. And then even at seminary, since we lived together, you know, we went to the gym together. So like I lifted a little bit like in college, but I think I got a little bit like more fit in seminary. And so I appreciate you. You're my you're my own personal inspiration. You know, you may not know it, but you know, you're my inspiration to hit the gym, to keep active, to you know, you're my personal influencer in terms of like all the new Christian music that drops, but you filter it for me, so like just the new stuff you let me know. I'm like, oh snap, Shane and Shane vintage. Okay, they we vintage now.
The new old stuff. Stuff I
I
know you
know.
appreciate.
Yeah, I appreciate it a lot. As soon as I heard it, I was like, yo, this is good. But then I was like,
Yeah,
dang, vintage though.
I know. It's like we were raised on that though.
Seriously, man. Yo. And then like, oh, and then when I was watching like your guys' worship online, and then yo, Frank Dog leading worship on like Taylor though, I was like, ooh, that's good stuff, man. That's good stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of new.
I
It's kind of new.
know. The old was gone and the new has come.
I sold the old one,
Uh-huh.
and then some of the shoes from my shoe collection. I sold like 7 pairs,
Ooh.
just so I can pay for it.
Dang, you committed.
Yeah, but I gotta.
You would upgrade it from what, the 3 or the 400? 400, right?
Yeah, from a 410.
Yeah. Because that's the one that you had at Fuller, right? For the 410.
That 410 went everywhere with me. It went with me to China for missions with the seminary.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's a very sentimental guitar. I had a hard time selling it.
Oh,
So,
I feel your pain. Had to let that one go.
Do you still have your Larrabee?
I do, but it's at home, obviously, in Virginia. But then, like, nah, I didn't know if it was gonna be safe when I drove with it here, like overnight and stuff in the car. Like, I didn't want to keep it in the trunk because it was like hot during the day and then cold in some parts overnight. And then like, I mean, to be honest, like, I don't have as much affection for my Larrabee like you did for your, you know, Taylor 4 series, because like I played it a lot, you know, in California or before in SoCal. But as soon as I took it to Virginia, I had it in my church office. And then one day, I think one of the youth kids like bumped into it and it fell. And then there was like a crack, like almost all the way across the back. I mean, it's not like a huge crack, but it's like a noticeable crack. And then like, you know, I don't think it changed the sound too much, but whatever. And then I think next time
it still hurts.
It did. I was like, oh, there's like a crack right here on my body.
가슴 아파도.
왼쪽 가슴. And then like, I think it dropped again, like maybe at home with my kids or some other time. And then like one of like the tuning knobs, that one like cracked and fell off. So it's like missing a tuning knob. So I'm just like, whatever, I'll just play. And then like inside like the pickup, like it's on a Velcro or like a glue or something. And then that one eventually fell off too. I was like, it's okay, whatever. But I still play it. I like it. It's okay.
You used to jam all the time.
Seriously, man. Yo.
And we won't mention all the locations where you would jam from.
Hey, I'm open. I'm free. I don't recall what you're talking about, but it's all good.
Oh, you don't? You don't recall? Huh? You don't? Sorry. So for all you all 10 people who are gonna watch this video probably at a future time, when we lived at 276, which was our apartment in Pasadena, Jihoon would be jamming, right? We'd come home and we hear him singing, praising the Lord, like just getting his praise on. And we would go upstairs and he's not in his room. But we could still hear him praising. And so lo and behold, we would look to the bathroom, doors closed, and I would knock on the like, Jihoon, you in there? He goes, yeah. Are you pooping and playing the guitar at the same time? He's like, yeah, man. And so that was a common thing. It's not like it didn't happen just one time. It was multiple times. And so for anybody who's ever played Jihoon's guitar, don't worry. He says he only played before he wiped. After he didn't play. So. Now you remember, huh? Now you remember. Cut that out.
It's all good. We can leave that one in. It's okay. I don't think a lot of people have played it. It's okay. Maybe that's why I don't really like care. I'm just like, whatever. I'm just gonna take it to the bathroom.